Good morning. Well, looks like the Houston weathermen were actually pretty correct on this one. It's cold, and we got a little bit of white stuff.
Hey everybody!
Hello. Hi.
So we made it through another adventure as a family. Not the kind of adventure that we prefer, but an adventure nonetheless, and we will say that we are blessed. We brought Stream to our house. As you know, Texas has been hit with the snowstorm that we've never experienced in our lifetime before. And so Alex brought Stream to our house to plug in, just to make sure that she was nice and safe, and he winterized her.
Well, we did the best we could, the best possible winterizing process that we could. We tried to follow the Airstream guide and what they recommend. We drained and flushed all the lines. We used the air compressor to blow air and clean out the remaining water lines, and even used some RV antifreeze. But the storm, it came so quick, and it really just kind of took everything over, and ice, kind of ran amok, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and Texas was not prepared to handle the cold and the freeze.
No.
Obviously, our power grid went out.
Yeah, and neither were we. So it was definitely a new experience for us, and we did the best we could.
Yeah, we try to all keep good attitudes and laugh as much as we could. And guys, what did you guys think when the snow first hit?
I really love it.
I was pumped.
Except I was so tired when our mom woke us up in the morning. At like 4 in the morning.
Yeah, it was 4:30.
It was the first snow, in actual snow, came down around 4 in the morning. So, since it's such a rare occurrence down here, we had to wake the little ones up, get them out there, and of course they didn't last too long because it was freezing.
Yeah, it was freezing. Alexander, what did you think?
At first I was so excited, but the wind made it so cold, I couldn't move.
And I also wear like 4 sweaters and a jacket.
At least.
And a jacket and gloves and like 3 pants and
Was
2
it enough?
pants. Oh yeah. I wasn't even hot, and hiking boots and socks.
Yeah, so we are definitely Texans, Southerners, and we like our heat.
So around 5:30 that morning, we were sitting down enjoying our breakfast, our very early breakfast that day, but all of a sudden the power went out. It lasted a long time.
Yeah, it did. We thought we were part of the rolling blackout because we heard they were going to have rolling blackouts to conserve energy.
Yeah.
Hey guys, so we are 6 hours in of no electricity, no service. It's getting cold in the house. We have the fireplace going. Thank God we have that. We're hoping it comes back any minute now. We didn't know if we were part of the rollout where it surge out for a couple hours and then come back on, but I think something like blew out by us. So obviously it's cold because we have our hat on and I had gloves on. Dogs don't even want to go outside. But what we didn't plan on was we went to H-E-B, which is our local grocery store, and we stocked up with tons of food and snacks for this next couple days because we didn't think it was going to drop this low. Well, we knew, which is why we planned for it, but we didn't think it was gonna cut out our electricity. So we're gonna try to be cooking a lot of the food today so we can have it ready. We have Streamin' in the driveway. Streamin's doing good so far. Her furnace is working. It's warmer in there than in the house, but just for everyone's sanity and space right now, they have like a little table. They can be creative and do things. Look at all that snow, isn't it so pretty? We just think it's best to stay in the house, and maybe at nighttime we'll go to sleep and stream. I hope everyone is safe and warm. But after 24 hours, we knew there was something wrong. We had no service, no cell service, so we couldn't contact friends and family.
Yeah.
We finally had cell service, and we left the house because our dog ran out of diapers. And so we were able to at least contact our parents to know that they were okay. We couldn't get a hold of your mom, though.
No, we tried, emergency services real quick, and actually, surprisingly enough, our best source of information was the local Facebook groups.
Yeah, our community neighborhood Facebook group. So woo-hoo! You guys were amazing because whenever we were able to key in power for that little bit, we got so much information from that, and our mayor was very informational here in Fisher.
Yeah, and letting us know, what was going on with the power, what was going on, with water, everything else. We were very fortunate. We never lost running water, thankfully. Of course, we did the dripping of the faucets and all of that. So once the inside temperature of our home reached the low 40s, we decided the smartest move is probably to move in here because we had the furnace going. The gas was supplying enough heat to keep this at a comfortable 72 degrees, I believe we had at the time.
Yeah, it was nice and so warm. It's about 6:30. It is very cold in our house. It's about 47 degrees. So we are spending the night in the Airstream. Luckily, Alex got the heater working again. So we are going to be in there for the evening. It's supposed to drop to like 6:14, I think, again. So with no heat in the house, yeah, we're definitely gonna stay.
So we packed up the blankets. We thought we'd watch a movie in here since, the rest of the neighborhood was pitch black. It had no power. But we packed everything up. We got nice and comfy. And then all of a sudden, you turned to me and was like, it's getting cold. And sure enough, we checked the thermostat and it was 4 degrees cooler. So, we gave it a minute, and 2 minutes later, it was another 2 degrees colder. And we were like, okay, well, wait a minute. Now we're dropping into the 60s here. Something's going on. I turned the battery off, turned it on, hoping to reset everything, turned the furnace back on, and then, sure enough, the furnace kicked off. Okay, it's not turned on either.
So it is so cold. Our heat is not working, which is not good. And like Alex said, the propane's not working. We've had it plugged in, but I think it's just too cold.
Kind of worrying, we actually saw the warning light pop up for the CO2 gas. So that was a little unsettling. So I did reset it one more time, tried the same process over again, and the same thing happened. So we decided at that point it was not smart for us to stay in here. So in the pitch black, with the ice, the snow, we packed everything back up and took it back to the house.
Yeah, luckily Alexander had shoveled our walkway just that afternoon to make sure we didn't slip on ice. Yeah. So that was very helpful. Yeah. But I'm not gonna lie, we laughed though. We did laugh when we had to leave. But it was a little disheartening because we thought we were gonna have a cozy night of movies. But hey, you know what? We're lucky. Our house has gas. We have gas water heaters. We have a gas fireplace. It's gas and wood burning. We have gas stove. Yeah. We had a lot of manual kitchen appliances as well because we camp, you guys. I feel like we were prepared, like as a Texan, like we were pretty prepared as prepared goes. We had wool socks, we had cold weather heat gear, we, like I said, the manual appliances, we had a lot of dry goods. We were pretty resourceful. Flashlights, lanterns, headlamps, flameless candles, like you name it. We were very fortunate to have all those things.
And all those things that we normally wouldn't have had if we wouldn't have spent this past year out and about in our Airstream.
Exactly.
So very, very thankful and glad that my wife loves Amazon so much.
Okay. We all know who after watching the last video, we all know who the vendor is.
She loves Amazon.
The next morning we woke up, it was nice and sunny. The kids were really excited to go back in the snow. And honestly, the sun felt so good on our faces. It was warmer in the sun outside than it was in our house. But we were, we woke up, we all slept really well, cozy, warm.
Under, layers upon layers of blankets.
Oh yeah, the kids felt like they couldn't move their bodies.
They don't need to, could I?
I was sweating.
You were sweaty? That's
all I want is one blanket, I'm fine.
Well, that's a good problem to have.
But thankfully we had multiples because, again, it was... I think the night before it was 42, but by the time we woke up the next morning, it was almost freezing inside. Yeah. It was at the high 30s, which is insane for the inside of your house to be that low of a temperature.
Yeah, so we went out and checked on Alex's mom because her appliances are all electric. So she came over with her dog and his brother with his cat. And they stayed the day and the night with us, which is really fun. We had
well, they were so happy to get some warm food because obviously no power and electric range. I mean, they were just eating sandwiches and cereal. Yeah. So it was nice. They came over. We had a great, big old spaghetti dinner, and we just kind of hung out. We played some Yahtzee. I think the kids played some Life. There you go. Y'all played Life as well. So it was just nice to kind of have a little bit of a bonus family time.
And for dessert, dessert, and we had like Oreo ice cream sandwich.
And that's the most important part, of course, is the
yes.
dessert.
Except it was melted because we didn't have power.
It was melting, but it's still pretty good, right?
Yeah, it was good.
Everybody woke up that next morning in good moods, and all of a sudden, the house glowed with light.
With life.
We were all so quiet and wide-eyed, and we all looked around.
But we stood still.
Yes, we did.
Because we didn't know if we moved, if it may turn off again.
Yeah, we literally stopped what we were doing, and we all looked at each other because we were all in the living room in the kitchen together. And we're all like, we have power!
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
We were so excited.
And what did we do? What were the first things we did whenever we got power?
Cook.
We cooked, and what did you guys do? What did y'all turn on?
TV.
The TV, right?
But then I think one time, like on that day or another day, the lights turn off.
Oh,
It was that day.
That
It was that
evening.
day. So that
So we had power for about a little over, what, 10 hours?
10 hours.
A little over 10 hours, but thankfully we were able to turn the heat on. We got the house up to a much more tolerable temperature. But yes, like my daughter just said, unfortunately that evening the power went off again. So, it was kind of redo the process all over again. Get the warm blankets, get the kids, in front of the fireplace, our pets in front of the fireplace. I think my wife mentioned it earlier. We ran out of diapers for a dog, or for one of our dogs, which maybe you guys have seen on film. He's super old,
He's so
super cute, 16 years old, 16 years young, I should say. But the guy, he does wear diapers, and we were clean out, and all the stores were closed.
Yeah.
So we had to MacGyver the situation, and we whipped up this wonderful little
cloth diaper.
impromptu towel cloth diaper. So, but thankfully it worked. Because, that old man, he definitely did not want to step foot outside in that ice and snow.
And that new diaper says something about cook.
Yep.
That was one of my kitchen towels.
Didn't it say like kiss the cook or something like that?
I
I don't know.
I don't know, but it was definitely a heaven to have the power turned on. I mean,
Yes.
I think I spent the first 5 hours in the kitchen just baking and cooking.
Yes,
Just
as
to
much
cut
as we
meals.
could. As much as we could. That way, we had extra people here, so we're trying to make sure everyone stayed warm as best as possible.
And now we have another diaper for Bowl when we don't have no more diapers. A towel diaper.
Towel diaper. Now we know, right?
Yeah.
We can do it.
Well, the next, so we ended up getting our power back a couple hours later, which was so nice because we didn't go as long. And then we read that they instituted a law that they cannot disconnect your electricity for more than 12 hours at a time. So that felt like a huge win in itself. I mean,
Big
even
relief.
if they had to cut it off again,
Yeah.
we knew we weren't going to go another 24 hours. But we were...
Well, and if I can interject right here, this is at the point where, yes, we have power, and of course we have the news on, we're trying to get as much information as possible, and we were learning that millions are out of power. Millions had no water. And then, of course, like we said, the grocery stores were closed, so people weren't getting food. So it was a real kind of nasty time there. And, of course, we were very thankful that, we were the fortunate few that had power, water, and luckily we'd done grocery shopping a couple days before.
Yeah.
So we were in supply, I guess you could say.
Yeah, we had what we needed.
Thankfully. And enough to share as well.
So Alex said how we've been very fortunate, and the first thing we've done since we've had our power back, and we have clean water. So everyone in the Houston area either lost their water or they're on a boil notice. And not just Houston, but even the Katy area where we are, Fulshire area, but we are in a different water district. So our water is clean and we have water right now. So we have been trying to invite anybody that we know to come take showers, wash dishes. We've been trying to do our part, but we encourage you, if you're able to help others, reach out to your local food banks, your local charity,
Churches, shelters, right now all across the city, the state, and even the country, I'm sure, everyone's kind of experiencing this winter storm, and a lot of people are in need right now. We've been very fortunate that everyone that we know and love has been very safe, but there are some others that have not been so fortunate. So if you could reach out to those things, of course, I'm sure there's many things and sites online that you can go to that will have more information. But as you said, shelters, food banks, charities, churches, you know, start local, help your community, and then branch out from there as best as you can.
Yeah.
What was the best thing about this winter storm? And what was the worst thing about this winter storm?
Worst thing.
Let's go with Alexander.
Power, probably, or probably how cold it was to play in the snow, because you can't do it.
To play in the snow, though. Okay. Okay, that was the worst thing.
Yes.
Okay, what was the best thing?
There was still snow.
That there
We had
still was
power.
snow.
We had power.
That there still was snow.
Oh,
Okay.
when we had power, he said.
Got you,
Okay.
got you. So you could heat up from playing in the snow? Okay, I get that. What was your favorite thing about this storm?
No,
Snow, okay. And the worst thing?
we couldn't watch TV for a long time.
Of course,
I
couldn't watch
wanted to
TV.
watch TV
Yeah,
for months.
for months. It wasn't that long. Good lord.
Yeah, it was.
And what was the best thing about the storm?
The best thing about the storm was I feel that because of the camping, we had everything we needed. And I would say that. And I like that we, instead of like snapping at each other, like it was like pretty stressful, and instead of being angry, we actually flowed really well.
Yeah.
When we didn't have water in like the kitchen part of the house, or we were running sinks to the other sink that did have water.
Yeah.
And we just worked like an assembly line. So I would say the best thing for me is how great we all work together as a family under stress.
Gotcha.
Like we seemed to have fun. No one was like yelling at each other. We laughed more than we've laughed in a long time, and we just stayed very positive. So that was definitely my favorite thing.
Okay, and the worst?
The worst was not communicating to our loved ones and knowing what was going on with them. That to me was like very stressful, because I was worried about a lot of people, especially your grandmother, that as soon as I heard she was okay, I didn't think I was that emotional, but I just started crying because I was so relieved. And I think just the lack of communication and worrying about our loved ones was probably the worst part.
Yeah, the lack of information that we were getting to understand what was going on with the people that we care about. So, I agree with all of those. I'm going to go for the best thing. I think, you know, I got to be thankful that we've kind of gone through this journey with the Airstream, like you said, because I think it better prepared us for this. You know, it's very nice, and it makes me want to get back on the road more, because I realize when we are on the road, kind of like with this storm, we spend more time with each other, which is really nice. You know, when we're here and at home and we're stuck with our daily lives and the daily grind of what we have to get done in a day, it's a little tougher. But when we're camping with the Airstream, and very much like this, we didn't have Netflix as much, and computers, and work wasn't, you know, on our backs the whole time. So it's nice to spend that time. The worst thing, I definitely agree with the family, but I'm gonna go very simple and just say it was cold.
Oh yeah,
It's cold. You know, yes, we live in Texas and we love to visit cold places. And a couple vacations, our son was like, when can we move to Colorado? When can we live in the mountains? I think these couple days completely changed his outlook, and we've decided we can visit the cold, but we're gonna come back to where it's hot.
We hope everyone across the nation is warm and safe, has access to food and water. If not, you know, reach out to your local food pantries, churches, charities, drives. See when or how you can help if you're able to. Again, thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you.
And being a part of another McLaughlin family adventure.
Yes, and hopefully we will actually get a video where we are out and about in the Airstream next.
Oh yes.
You know, we have been grounded too long.
We've been grounded, but that's been my fault. I've been having health issues.
It's a lot of things that have been going on. Obviously, a lot of things that are out of our control. So, real exciting. We have our raffle giveaway that we are announcing a little bit after this this video goes live. And then, other than that, guys, smash that like button, hit that subscribe, turn on those
Subscribe.
No notifications. He'll get it. I think you're sleeping through this thing anyway. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for supporting us, and we will see you guys down the road.
Bye.